Well, we all need to do our part for water quality and keep the environment clean, but it's good to know that the students are really latching onto this too. And joining me today to tell us more about this H2 Ohio program, we have got Sarah Schott, and she's wildlife Schott. Sorry. And Wildlife Communications Specialist with the Ohio Division of Wildlife. So thanks for coming today, Sarah.
Thanks for having me here.
Okay, so we've got this water quality initiative that started in the Buckeye State. Can you tell us about that first of all?
Yes, so H2 Ohio is an initiative that started in 2019, and it looks at water quality, and in this region, specifically, we're looking at Lake Erie. Okay. We've all heard about those harmful algae blooms, and this addresses that. And so there's 4 big goals to kind of look at that bigger goal of cleaning up the water, and we have lots of partnership organizations that do that with us. But one of those main goals and objectives is through the Ohio Department of Agriculture, and it's looking at taking the phosphorus kind of off of our waterways and trying to reduce the amount of phosphorus that's going into Lake Erie. The other 2 checkpoints, if you will, are from the Ohio EPA, and they are looking at addressing lead contamination and then some failing septic systems. But the big one we're talking about here today is with ODNR, Ohio Department of Natural Resources, and it looks at creating, enhancing, and restoring the wetlands in Northwest Ohio, but also across the state.
All right, so you know, some people might think, well, we're too far away from Lake Erie, it shouldn't matter, but the waterways move, and eventually we're not that close, but it all gets there, right?
Yeah,
so
they do.
It's amazing how that works. So you want students to jump in and help out. So there's a component for students to get involved in this, right?
Yes, and when we're looking at that kind of last component of wetlands, we have an extension of that, if you will, for our students. So we're looking at trying to get our middle school and our high school students involved in H2 Ohio by getting them to take action and learning about Lake Erie first and foremost, learning about Lake Erie, our water quality, but then getting them outside and helping our wildlife, our water quality, our environment, and really instilling that conservation stewardship is what this is all about.
I think that it's growing. I think that the young people are starting to realize they need to take control with climate. You know, talk about climate change and everything. So this is one initiative where they can actually see that they're helping out?
Yes, this is something where they can go out and make a difference. And the best part of this is it's really up to the students and that class. So they will work with one of our education specialists with the Ohio Division of Wildlife, and that education specialist will come in, do an initial presentation, but then talk to the students about some things that they can do. And then they will pick what is works best for their area, their school, their teacher. And it might be something like going out and doing a litter pickup and just cleaning up an area, making it look beautiful and being able to enjoy it. It might be testing the water in their local stream or river and seeing what the water quality looks like there. And then if it's good or bad, that might depend on, you know, can we do some actions to make it look better? If it's good, why is it good? And what should we do in other places to make sure that we're staying consistent with what's happening there?
So how can teachers get their classrooms involved in this?
Yeah, so they can go online to our website. And the easiest way to get there is to search H2 Ohio Students Take Action. And that will take you to our webpage that has all sorts of background information about the program, but also the contact information for our education specialists. And they can set up a phone call and an appointment to talk with them, learn more about the program, and then kind of get involved with that.
All right, we're almost out of time, but if we're not in a classroom like us, what can we do? Can we help out too?
Yeah, so there's many ways that we can help out. If you happen to own property and you really want to create that wildlife habitat, you can certainly enroll your property in lots of different conservation practices, and the Division of Wildlife has people who are dedicated to helping people guide that process. If you don't have property and you would like to contribute to creating wetlands, you can buy our Ohio Wetland Stamp. It's $15, and you have a collectible stamp and you're contributing towards conservation. We can also just help keep our areas clean and make sure that we don't have that litter out there.
It's all really important. Thanks for coming today, Sarah. Good stuff. All right, don't go away. New Edition continues in a moment.